What's going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo. Welcome to Titanfall 2 multiplayer. I had the honor to go to Respawn and play a bunch of Titanfall 2 a couple of weeks ago. I got to play a bunch of different modes, a bunch of different maps, a bunch of different Titans, loadouts, all of it, and it was glorious. And so finally I can share that footage with you. There'll be a bunch of videos, and I wanted to start off with one that focuses on what Titanfall 2 does to improve upon Titanfall 1. So we're actually starting out with a match that has no Titans, and you may be thinking, Ghost, why would you show us pilots versus pilots? It's a team deathmatch, and it doesn't even have the Titans, which are in the title of the dang game. But I think this really highlights why Titanfall 2 is going to be a great improvement over Titanfall 1, and what the game does so well in the form of its gameplay, its mechanics, and its overall fun factor. I had a blast playing this game. The Mastiff Shotgun that we are using here is ridiculously cool. It fires like almost projectile shotgun blasts that you can see and take guys out with like this horizontal beam of absolute death. It's very, very powerful, and when paired with the cloak ability, it just wrecks fools like that right there. I played against a bunch of top players, guys like Nadeshot, guys like Noah J, a bunch of others. Sniper Wolf was there, etc., etc. KYR Speedy, more console, a whole bunch. But that's beside the point. The point is that Titanfall 2 nails control, and that's something it nailed the first time around. It had really great controls, it felt great as you moved, but they've expanded upon it. Now there are way more weapons, there are way more abilities, way more perks, and there are way more ways for you to destroy your enemies. And it seems like the focus has been really placed on getting great human versus human battles going on. A lot of people did not like the focus on NPC warfare that Titanfall 1 carried into multiplayer. And that was where you could take out the grunts for extra points. Now, they still are there in certain modes. In this pilot versus pilot mode, no, there are none of them. And you'll see them pop up in different modes, but even in those, it felt like they had far less significance, far less frequency, and that the maps and the modes were structured in a way to really encourage this kind of great player-on-player domination and destruction. And that is what I love, because the game controls well. That was never the question. The guns feel good. That was never the question. But pitting you against those players, giving you a wide variety of guns, filling out your loadout with plenty of unique abilities, different kinds of abilities, so that you could customize your character and customize your style as you see fit. That's what Titanfall 2 delivers. The maps seem better, they seem more smartly designed. I like the fact that there is a wide range of weapons now, a wide range of perks, and a wide range of Titans. And we'll get to that obviously in subsequent videos, showing the different Titans who now have more abilities themselves, and a greater separation between the styles. It's not just like, oh, this guy's a little bit faster, this guy's a little bit has more health. Like, there's a guy that has flamethrower-based weapons. There's a guy that has laser-based weapons. There's guys that are fast. There's guys that are just big tanks, but they do it in a way that seems to really differentiate them amongst each other. And a lot of cool things, like now you have this special ability that is filled up. So in Pilots vs. Pilot, obviously you're not getting your Titan, so I'm getting these ticks. And ticks are little things that you can deploy, and they'll go blow up and try to kill opponents, almost like a Call of Duty kill streak. And you can also put, like, basically a way to supercharge your weapons in that slot instead. They have gotten rid of the card system that I think ultimately was fun, but really bogged down Titanfall 1 and added a level of randomness that people didn't come to enjoy. They would have rather seen that level of diversity and customization come in just at the baseline level with the loadouts and the classes, and they've done that here. I literally enjoyed every single match that I played, and some of them I got crushed by these top players. Some of them I did really well, like in this round. Some of them I came in absolute first place. Some of the more objective-based modes were a blast, and I normally don't like objective-based modes at all. I got to play two. One, which is called Amped, which is a version of like Hardpoint where you're capturing 3 points, but it's Amped Hardpoint, and so you can basically double capture the point so that it earns more points faster, if that makes sense. I'll show you a video soon. And I also played a mode that did have more of an emphasis on the AI, but it was done in a way that was really cool. There were waves of AI and Titans that you were trying to kill, and so were your opponents. And so everyone's trying to earn points, and then you go cash those points in at bank stations so you could kill people steal some of their money, go bank it, camp the bank, whatever you wanted to do. There's a lot of different strategic elements there, and I liked all of it. And again, I'm normally not an objective-based mode fan. Normally, I just stick with deathmatch and keep things pretty simple. But this, I think, the combination of the fact that they have found a way to work in their fast-paced, futuristic gameplay, their fantastic controls, and now a foundation that supports diversity, supports customization, and supports progress, as those were the main complaints from the first game. It just makes it all work in a way that I think could be the best shooter of this fall. Bounty Hunt is the mode where you're going after grunts as well as human enemies and then cashing in your points. And that cash in was crazy because you could go cash in rapidly, or you could try to build up a big total and then cash it all in, depending on how aggressive and how risky you wanted to be, which I like that another layer of tactics and strategy there. But I like Titanfall 1. I grew bored of it after a couple weeks. I felt like it was very easy to do super good every single time you played that game, and part of that was because you'd get so many grunt kills, you could, boost your score in ways that were kind of artificial. But here, as you're seeing in Pilot vs. Pilot, there is no way to do that. And it's the fact that it was so fun, the fact that there was variety, the fact that it feels better than ever, I think is a testament to the fact that Respawn has really stepped their game up and is delivering a sequel on par with some of our favorite sequels like Assassin's Creed 2, Mass Effect 2, Call of Duty 2, etc., etc. Now, some people will still not like the fact that it's futuristic. Some people will not like the fact that there's a grappling hook. Some people will not like the fact that there's double jumps and wall runs, but I feel like they have nailed the pacing of it all in a way that doesn't feel cheap, and their map design, their spawn design, I think there were 2 times in about 4 or 5 hours that I was frustrated by getting killed in what I felt was kind of a cheap, lame way. And that's through hundreds of kills and hundreds of deaths. Well, hopefully not hundreds of deaths. There's probably like half as many deaths. But you know what I'm saying. Like, it never was overwhelming in the negative direction, which was impressive. And I felt like the different abilities had benefit. Like, the cloak isn't so great that it's the only one to go with. And the grappling hook isn't actually so awesome that that's all you want to use. There's definitely a benefit to using the throwing knife that reveals ping's enemy position. There's a benefit to using the cloak. There's a benefit to using the stim, where you're able to give yourself extra health in the middle of a firefight. And all of them felt balanced and like they had their own usage and their own, people would have their own preference with them depending on what playstyle they wanted. Also, you'll notice there's a much greater variety in the look of the characters based on the perks you're selecting. And I didn't see all of the weapons. I didn't see all of the abilities, all of the maps, anything like that. But what I did see was a huge step up from Titanfall 1. Couple this with the fact that there now is a single player that seems very interesting, with a lot of variety and a focus on utilizing that movement to build a more bold vision of a military first-person shooter campaign. I think we are really shaping up for a fantastic fall of shooters. Who knows what Infinite Warfare will look like? Battlefield 1 seems to have all the hype, but I think Titanfall 2 is the silent assassin of the 2016 season. This game is good. It played amazing when I tested it out at E3, and then all of that was affirmed times 5 when I got to sit down with it for 4 hours and play a bunch. That's when the real test comes, is can it sustain itself and last over those long play sessions, over repeating. Remember, I was only playing a couple of maps, repeating those maps, and it was still fun. Repeating the Titans, repeating the loadouts. There's going to be way more variety in the full game, but even this little sample of said variety was enough to make me come home and be like, I just want to play Titanfall 2. Is there any way I can bring a disc home? Please, Respawn. Please, Vince Zampella, give me that disc, because this game is good. 16 kills, 11 deaths, 1 assist. Second place on my team, and we get the win by 2 on Boomtown. They are doing a tech test, a beta basically, this coming weekend, August 19th. It starts, and then I believe the next weekend as well, and you'll get to play some of these same maps and modes that I got to play. Again, progression has been really amplified. They've added this network system for a great way for me to play with you guys. If we want to do like GhostRobo play sessions or live streams, it makes things way easier, where we can basically all get in a giant group and then go to work. And you'll see like the character variety and customization is just a lot better across the board. The game is improved. Titanfall 1 started with a core idea that was solid and well executed. Everything beyond that wasn't so hot. Depth, long lastability, modes, weapons, single player, that really didn't pan out. Here, they have a chance to do it again and do it right, and they definitely have. I think Titanfall 2 is going to be one of my favorite games of the year, and I am curious to know if you think it will be one of yours. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button if you had fun checking out the game with me today. I will be bringing you more of the other modes. Titan stuff, Scorch is my freaking favorite thus far. He is a flame-wielding freaking monster, and we'll check him out soon. Checking out some of the loadout here stuff. Very cool game. Very awesome experience. Titanfall 2, it's one to watch for. Until next time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hope you had a fantastic day and enjoying yourself. Let me know if there's anything specific you want to see or know in the comments down below, and I'll bring it your way. Until that time, though, drink so much, all. Thanks again. I love you, and we'll see you all later.